We don't need PDS. Government keeps stance, annuls agreement. Kobrane, Argentina GFA, you know, one from Usanka.
Also, in the BBA coy, but later now, who say on Caho. I reached one member, my name Temna, when you treaty, MCV out, as over Trobina, Yebeko Court, Yasmano Eco Savio. Anne, Yebeko Court. We are moving as a Musinka. We don't need PDS. Now, government's decision to terminate the concession agreement between ECG and the Private Sector Power Distribution Services Ghana Limited, PDS, remains resolute. According to the government, it was unable to compromise because it had been advised and believed, same to be true, that the concessionaire failed, as initially suspected, to meet a material and fundamental term of the concession agreement, that is, to deliver and maintain valid payment securities for the transfer of assets. Minister of Information Kojo Nkrumah told journalists at a news conference in Accra yesterday that Ghana had from 9 a.m. yesterday begun the process to terminate the agreement. The necessary documentations are being filed with PDS and the Energy Commission at the moment, and it is expected that residual matters between ECG and PDS will be resolved with dispatch, he told the media. He said the ECG remained in possession of the assets, while PDS had been assisting it with some limited services in the period prior to the termination. Meanwhile, the ECG has issued a statement in Accra explaining that it had, as of yesterday, terminated its PSP transaction agreements with PDS. The ECG has therefore assumed full operational and financial control of the electricity distribution business in the southern zone of Ghana with immediate effect. Consequently, all activities which were hitherto undertaken by PDS have been reverted to ECG. On the question of job losses, Kojo Nkrumah said it was important for Ghanaians to know that no jobs were lost during the period. He said President Akufo-Addo took a solemn oath before God and the Ghanaian people that he would be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana, that he would dedicate himself to the service. The well-being of the people.
There will be a person who will be called cancer, no job losses. So I think that is. Basically, that is it.
Yeah.
Entino, Bosomaya, now you're finance papers. Now we are best now be a chibium. If I know if you are a better Ghanaian Times, you call Daily Guide, you call other newspapers.
Right, Busia, shall say the graphic now, the shall say any Hano, once we try a year record upon Chromophone, but so on, so no, a woman when you have said that we are on by a GFA president, no almost infoni and so Edaha. Now, a shall see now a free or record upon Chroma Edian so. Now, also for Shaman, the one same so HM as a bind oh, here a PDS. We have Monoma who do more, said the nine Shenisi Etienne, who said there be MYA or minor. Until your mother said, Yadi or mine Ghana and set about share a year of Wasida. Now, every yes, and a catutry D, the Babatoya saw, Urakujo upon Comatua, so any and truffle eating Comoa, which is and rather non, and our chest and now more Asha Simpoa, and a pabe non chrono, Wamuguso Muka say, PDS in Shayano, one ever heard on what me a tremum and crata, a who do no, which you say, or more affile with PDS and our Energy Commission, Sabrina or Mocasano, and no, and I would chima, Sa and Shahu do a Cadinano, for ECG, and the PDS who in our number has on bit me, Eddie Wujuma, now at me Abuana, and my ECG almost so at a year, a Jumano so, now almost so I am. No mono, and I also so Edia to Iga, I would chimo essay. And they dear ECG for almost so at the Krata, at the Abba HHMO and Rada, I watched a PSP, traditional who draw no any PDS, no come of us, and no more a bear home, a Jonas woman, HMO, and what you build, and an ECG for SR Eddie Etuja, is say, dear, one more and now must so a Jumani more, one more a yenina, the free air southern zone of Ghana. It is a key air effect immediately, say, Amunwa, a chassis, now a year a Juma, and inti Sikajia, and nature, so preach the who do and they ECG4 and more are taking over. Asiabio you know, and Oracle upon Cromas and Joffo will be beside and say, honorable na a Juma so I'm for Bashir Juma and Uchim so there be Ubiano Bashir Juma. Now, so my phone never kaya. Mama pena na adudan kwa de etu edwa na wochire mu ese enya dia wo ma obia atwe na dwuma se PDS for mabefa adwuma no ediso no in the system no kind no o hye onyankopon twediampo ebo e de gana fo nyina abom nti mama pena se no kind no wo di suka makama pa ani ti no yenka se ebia PDS de yetwa wo mu dwuma di mu nti no amafo behwere wo mu adwuma na workers suni ade de bi enye sa na esi etie eti PDS and ECG ensem no said the graphic also ede ebaye no and about the tofa and so ede amamwe.
The Ghanaian Times, following termination of PDS concession agreement, government draws roadmap for ECG. Graphic hobby.
Okay.
Sumanem question. PDS
okay.
To take over power distribution, U.S. government cancels 190 million outstanding balance. Here, page 4 of the Ghanaian Times. The government in the coming weeks will announce a new roadmap for operations of the ECG following the termination of the concession agreement with PDS. This is to ensure that gaps are not created for the potential disruption of operations and activities of the ECG in the area of power supply to the country. The decision to terminate the concession agreement with the PDS comes in the wake of what government has described as failure of PDS, which is the concessionaire, to meet some material and fundamental terms of the concession agreement. Addressing the media on the development in Accra yesterday, Kojo Nkrumah, Minister for Information, said both the government of Ghana and the U.S. government had come to a conclusion on the resolution of residual matters bordering on the Compact II agreement. He said in the spirit of protecting the nation's interests, government had decided to terminate the concession agreement with PDS Limited, which was the properly selected concessionaire for the private sector participation in ECG. Mr. Nkrumah explained that in return for government decision, the U.S. government had also de-obligated to make available the 190 million, which was outstanding balance of $498 million Compact II financial agreement. So now editorial Ghanaian Times says that need to manage fallout from PDS. That is the editorial from the Ghanaian Times. From other newspapers.
Yet also the Ghanaian Times na ede also asia no we say twa eye owura Kojo Nkrumah foni ede abetua eno na wo che say na wo twa kakra ewe anim enchekwaro mba be hyasem na ekon ya ECG form ebefa so na omudwumadi ahodo no wo mba nyina no eno so wo dia to eye edwa eno mu no na wo che mu SM sa eye enhye omde ebeba no eno na ebetimi aboa na ebi nko ebefa so ECG for no omadwo no betimi aye eno na opanyi Kojo Nkrumah sa chese die ntia ejina so kra enei ama PDS nhye no wo mu atwa mu nyina ene sem wo mu empese o mine boboka bi okra so no ehye ya wudu a na wo seka PDS wo mutimi ediso no se de sikwa na entimi ama na sane nyina kan wo bi na aban ehu se de dem kan mo atimi anye de sa de a ene na ewo se twam ho wo abra wo to ne nsem so de ache enye ensentrofo no na wo chem se Ghana aban na afi so America aban se de o mu nyina ato mo ho ase ensem a na FI Compact II agreement no eho eno na wo sa echire mu se o mine ye die nti ena omutwa eye PDS mum o mine no eye di nti ye hye no so sa ena ejina so o mu etwa eye hyehyɛ no emu Nkrumah esa to aso edi tudwa wo kyese na kasika bi $190 million na ka hose kan so no aka etimi eba na eso no enya nto nti no we say dia ama na we no eye balance aka etri sika $498 million Compact II financial commitment no de ka echi 190 no eno ena enya ma eno so no times ede aba say ene anopay.
Yanko the Daily Guide, Kwabrane, PDS shut down, ECG takes over. Kwabrane, how the Ansani be free hono, the MPs class over breast sack and betwaso.
Okay.
Because we say honey your area. You'll be interested in. The government has finally brought the much needed closure to the confusion surrounding the PDS ECG concession. In the light of the development, the ECG is now on its own and has already issued a statement to that effect. Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah announced the government's official's position yesterday at a news conference, and he said the government of Ghana, consequently from 9:30 a.m. today, is commencing the process to terminate. He said the decision to terminate followed due to the inability of the Ghanaian and the American counterparts to agree on a common path to the resolution of the sticking points. You see, I can't na.
You know, say issue kakra bi wa ha. Okay, graphic there na. No, just say enra da. Be no krubo pa ho sema aduasa no. No mo sha say termination no mo ye ho adwuma. But okay, the okay see your daily guide there ya. Watch government of Ghana consequently from 9:30 a.m. today is commencing a process to terminate.
So what shall say?
But we should back on say enra.
Ni na ne so terminate. Back so there be said today no ye enra today no.
But we should enne uti daily guide there na.
There be daily guide no so no refer to enra press briefing no. Enra today ni enra na ye today no.
Enra today.
But time ben na a press conference no course no.
Say be we more baby.
Na say na asha say that.
It says you must also ashasia na ye twemu anase omugu ahoboa so
omugu so ye say agreement no there me sure say unfortunately me nya sa lease and assignment agreement no the other agreement na ye bulk supply agreement BSA na LL no me nya kan ni nyina but me sure say agreement the termination clauses wo
okay to be kakra
be kire say o person terminate and also we base e be nipa krono say bibi o say de manu a anase bi o ho e won nchen o say ogya mu a saa ne mane nyina no e be nti enye say wo sorry ya pe na akwakoye because a process e bi kura na bibi akwakodi omo ho bi omo offices na omo tene okay nti bi a pe say the information bi na omo nchen na document bi omo nchen by this time na was some hand ya omo that kind of procedure na nyina no
it's a headline be say ye twam
and he bedi kan catch say ye twam na mum ye twam no et say example number be man say that nye interesting papa but me it say obi na obi so kwa akogya aware
okay
ye process we court na mokwa ya kohwehwe mu ampa say ampa say aware no egu na judge no betwam na wontwam na say bia bibi na wose cheche ma obi ankwada no ho na behwe wo mu those things japade bi na munya ya say na mbesi ache no process but nipa no de omaye omadwen dada say omo disengage
so ye headline aware na gu
na mum no e was say gu no ye process akopum say ebe gugu kra
so you say we say be am for better ase ko bi headline ka say asom so mugu ahomba so na afi de ye ne twam
nti ye di kan ka che o say ye twam ana say bia fiura say matu ne mum no o tumi asa mesome ne ma ofio nti ye nhyehyɛ kwa mefa so amesesa be ne ma free ho na say dado bia atu
amebom na kosikodo ojankwantia
onyina nkwantia enti kwabra ne obebo so aman de me mra ha say page 6. As part of contribution to a statement in Parliament to commemorate October as a breast cancer month, a female MP called on men who like sucking women's breasts to alert those women of any unusual discharge from their breasts so that they could seek immediate medical attention. What I say? Also, the MP is advising men who like sucking women's breasts to alert those women of any unusual discharge from their breasts so that they could seek immediate attention. The call by the NDC legislator for Karachi West, Helen Tuso, in Parliament yesterday generated heated debate, with most of the male MPs supporting her call while others disagreed. So what you say?
My say pa. Number say ka de me man dey ni bi to aso.
Me man bi ho.
Ona for your market can be.
There be men kan ayi. Nana you are free.
You free.
Who is a medical doctor said contrary to certain beliefs that sucking of breast could contribute to the risk of one developing breast cancer, breast sucking rather helps to prevent any risk of breast cancer.
Okay.
Nana you now don't have cancer asem.
Say we a doctor for.
No a doctor. No or cancer to say doctor no. Or say doctor you said to a huge
Na say machine for no pay.
Na me ka say mo busy mo ye adwuma.
No, October
no, just my fees because we busy with Parliament. Why?
But this is some of the issues. Because breast cancer kum ma o.
Yeah, I know.
It's when you na ka hobi.
Drama unfolded on Monday on the premises of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly when businesswoman walked in with a bailiff to seize 5 heavy-duty vehicles of the assembly. The vehicles, including a Ford cargo trailer and DAV LF, were impounded and taken to Akwabwa Mat, an auctioneer at Jinyase in Kumasi, in a legal row over 3.342 million judgment debt. Chai. Julian Osebus, chief executive of Osborne Ventures, a waste management company, is trying to claw back her cash in lieu of services rendered to the KMA about 14 years ago, of which the city authorities have failed to pay. Just what the KMA for no court, so more than a car. And what causes some cars? Sajwa. The management of KMA was ordered to pay back 249,988.40 and general damages of 800,000 following a civil court trial at the commercial division in Kumasi. And in 2015, the High Court found. And I went to Nesikano, Kosra. No, say. This brought the total. Also, the court on September 26, 2019 also approved interest of 994,778.24 at a rate of 33.975% on the principal sum from January 2008 to September 2019 for the creditor, and again awarded her 800,000 as damages. These amounts were besides the 1.245750 interest on unpaid damages. Damages no so amoantua na no so interest abeguso na yesi sika no you can say a balloon akwakodu 3.3416 na yeso mo ton dan ni na ton MC no ka ho
na trucks you say it mean jaka no
betiti ani ba so mo yere kakra the next time we had dan na ngasa
eko
na dan na ngasa o ka say maybe AMS so sa obi ko nya judgment because yire omo.
And there be how many waste management companies who issues.
But about come when say I mind the car on pursue tia. Oh yes.
Na buy no or the car then.
Hey. And so no, say obesi ayere nkofo no. And none of makers as I say it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So because you see government ne private sector no na ye adwuma bom. Nti akwan aban ntimi just a contractor for the bay. Baller ntimi answer just a contractor for the bay. Third down for your supplies, computers, printers, papers. Ne ma bebre no your supply ma ban. Nti se wo supply ma ban wie na edu se kwa kwaji usika se beye.
Na ban yo
kono be pass mesi ebe sign
ko leave.
Ebi nim ko ho muntua mpo. No ipa kono so te ho na adwuma egu. Nti wanya
oyo media ban kakakre hwede de no
wahunu bia ya yere no nti na no make me say Ghana emre mu yesi say obi tro check na say check no ye de so na ana say abounce ya abounce timi tro check na abounce
se bedne
okay come boy no so na
jeka for men's go de kan we was say ona fi me di nyina wo mpreko.
Men's Gold Ghana Limited has released a schedule. It claims, is the process that will lead to the settlement of its financial obligations to its customers. The announcement comes after more than 1 year of legal troubles encountered by the chief executive. A statement signed by Men's Gold's head of communications, Ni Amatefu, indicated that the schedule was part of efforts to finally discharge its financial obligations to customers. Okay, and one no maybe.
Yo, ya to so dia na ya daily guide na e de to so katafa e to so mensa na me de e hase PDS de kakra wo hotel wo bo amane se PDS na asese Ghana ban e de twa e contract ni emu wura kojo opon kroma e de sa ensem central for nim enrada no e na wo chire mu ese Ghana e na fe so America counterparts no mo nti ase no sheda anko yubi adwene wa we see da bi makoye investigation hu se bibia e kama PDS for nya adwuma Ghana ma se ha ye mo enye enhye ye se no mo be no o mo ntimi anye ne sa bukata bi abamum nti ye mpini ye fa nko ye fa mbra no krata no echemu say you say the tinton time PDS asem de atwamu do o mguso a o mo hwe enhye ahodo no emu paso betimi de atudwase atwa ni nyina mu no so krata e de aba asia ha no na obo amane se Men's Good Ghana Limited almost so the shadow the aba abonten kire kwan brefa so a ka omo de enkofo no omo betimi ahwe na wotua sa sika no de ama omo do nana apia mensa aka number 1 Dubai and Ghana trial no che say still and also e wo ho edie so nyina mu no wo kire mu esenye ne de da ho eni nti no mo cheche miamia hodo enkrafo bi omo beko kumasefo ne miamia hodo nyina no ebi abeko a okwa abetwa kwa yon krata asem wachu din bisika wa ha sei ni nyina nte brand so ani etua ni afrew edo sika nyina enso so edi amao asem we ba abonte no ni amatefio head of communication edi Emma Men's Good opanyi eldesa ensem we enso edi ba abonte era so jina daily guide mo daily guide ebo amane se mami bia nani abreti se krodom wo che se okoye adwuma de ema KMA efisha bebre ni be fisha be edunai 14 years anti Juliana Osebunsu Osborne Ventures ono na we kwanche for panyi na ball adwuma bi no ni KMA for koye 14 years ago why adwuma omuntu aneka ne omuntu aneka china omo enye court ba sika kuma bi no ene akosoro a akodru 3.342 million Ghana cedis is akwa judgment debt no and ojina so ni bailiff call came before akache eco seize omo tracks mako enum heavy duty ones ni ebi no o de akwa kusi wo se ene wo mo ko auction nyina edie afri ho de beto aso na edie eno su enyama the next chance will be taking no say the tiki kan so betam dan so betam de nyama enemom no e bo no tofa na sa tracks yi eno no so kokofa edie fo nam say came before the court ahye say came before ntwa sika na fa mo e so mo fa court asem na fa anya hwe na ma managina so ko sa tracks ya krata edie ho nsem no edie aba Thomas Fosu Jr. and so edie about page 6 e wo a daily guide mu watcha onumunya for Helen Adjonto so and so infonyi edie beto a asema e ma me e kanyina na say e mema na mota e pese de bia no mode wano ebom no focus ne nketwa nyina emu no se ko ba ne se mu twi ni mi na mu je mu ku ha na aya mu som enhu se bibi ewo mu a eye ade bia tim se unusual foreigner mo se ya ama adwoa abna de ka koso yi de asemi so olufo no mu ene no me hu difference kakra omu na wa abrempo a me sake no eno so mi hu se bibi kakra abem eti immediately na no utia obane na so ntema na agina so na watimi akọ resabia ente nemum no wo de concentration ni wo no nko a so se wo so mu se wo twe ne se tan no eno kwa na wa adwen dia emwada emwa ntu to chiri no na o twi wo feelings ahodo edi efri mu no na wo se ade bia foreign discharge bi ewom ana so wo exam bi se adwoa asem we tu pokia ya me wo se ba akọ ade be to ma enye ade papa to American term na watimi abo ba nemum no da bia wo miamia ne sa ade enye no enehia wo twi feelings no na o monitor amoba na wo se de esi etie na wabra maame anu si ye no ene jama shebuje fi ja say no for pa mo pe na ma shebuje ne e de ma de hia omo ewo afijasa sokore na ayi we free eso itudwa na de we medical doctor ene wo cheche mu de a kire omo say ana ma for kaka ai ena no for oso no for mu ko fa ya ready abro ba no sa research phone sa no wana ye ma mo nemu de omu kra ne say ukra no so ba no fum sa no ni ade a eno e ma kwan ma chese cancer no kwa can no etimi boa ma esote. What are you talking about? And be hem rashe bidja follow ye just any je ne de it no for asem pie e on rashe bidja mu no gm enye adekuma na se rashe bidja fo no o mani age and nipa bebre ne ka bi hwe ono bo ale safo nyoma ka bi onua fo ajo safo ka bi chese owu nyina klote kole dr zinato so ka bi gm enya adekuma
ye better Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital say ode apumude ho asema bre yen sabre Dr. Kwabrane ebeka yen sa no pe
because advert record
advert I thought you already health. Yeah, breast cancer.
It's in on your health view.
Yeah, Daily Post.
Okay.
NDC's 2020 manifesto will bring hope to Ghanaians. John Mahama, pages 6 and 7 of the Daily Post reports this story. Now, the flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has stated that the 2020 manifesto will bring hope to Ghanaians and tackle their needs as well. According to him, Ghanaians will go for the NDC in 2020 because of the unprecedented suffering in the country. He stressed that the manifesto will seek to relate with Ghanaians and focus on how to make their lives better. The former president was speaking at the official inauguration of the party's 20-member manifesto committee to draft the party's 2020 manifesto. Mahama stressed that their 2020 manifesto will be the party's promise to Ghanaians and they will work to fulfill the manifesto. That story is reported on pages 6 and 7 of the Daily Post. Daily Post.
Sure. Daily Post na yede eto so na obo amane odi owura John Dramani Mahama fonya beto a flag bearer ede ema amaiku NDC na nasema woka gina ene se enro ada so manfo beka ya ena ya amaiku NDC manifesto committee na wo mo eda no ede na woda no ede ewie ye amu nyina eso ese adwuma no mbesum aye ede aboa eye amaiku no ena owura John Dramani Mahama jesin pini apaso a okasa no ena wode etu edwa a wo chemu ese ene wo hwe saa eye manifesto committee we ya omapa omo na adwumade no mba ba yibi pa na Ghana fo nyina ebehu se wa abra manifesto no beba eye abonten no edi enkuranhye ena de bebre eye enkofo ensema ewu mu so no enye se bi on betro ne kwa on behwe so omde beye adwuma na saa ensem no so omde beye adwuma no ene Ghana beye kama Ghana beye de be said yasori no pa ebu ewo na edi egu wanum na utafre di se ya na obo num ton na se aye kama eriti no saa manifesto ya ebeba ne ede eye enkuranhye manifesto ena ebeba said by Ura John Dramani Mahama. Jim.
Na Kobrane.
Yeah.
Share Daily Post ro.
Okay.
On pictures na o no.
Patro ai.
Hwe mu kosi na de na be kan fa ho.
We who Ura Ghana man penny odi kan foni wa ha. Ura Rollins, Ura Tamils, Ura John Dramani Mahama. Ura Pakosindum, who ayarega so ha. One is missing.
Huh?
Someone is missing.
You don't see?
Yeah.
Who?
Our president.
He's not.
Yes.
Yeah. And now okay. Anyway, I'm some pictures now. I'm some fafa bi ano mo de gumu.
I don't know why.
Mahu. Ayarega.
Ayarega. Uru Aliu Mahama su.
Mahu chief justice awatwam. Nya de ho say.
Yeah. Do aja ho su wom.
Anyway. Okay. Ghana risks going back to doom so over botched PDS deal, former power minister. That story is also here. Now, former power minister and member of parliament for Elembele constituency, Emmanuel Ama Kufibua, has explained that the country risks going back over the botched PDS deal. Now, he was speaking on OKFM's Adekye program. And he said he further warned the government to take steps to remedy the situation over this PDS deal before things get out of hand. So he's warning that Ghana might go back to doom so.
Joe. Former power minister and after Mashi beginning Edema Adesha, one more Elembele about some person Sonia for Mano Ama Kufibua, and I watch it mum, OKFM Adekye bedroom so I watch say hey said the PDS are 7 years a canono, ya de Kwaha and we the doom any adan chichimuno, a quay be brinum. Ya hweni ye nam sausa na e do so e de aba etu okan e da kire aban ne senhye bia mu ye bia no e wo se mu ye ne ye na hwe ya na PDS nsemi no eno so e de eye dum so no so e nam kwan so e de eba. Yeah, I'm talking about PDS na obi bisa say akut asem na e ba ye ko wiase se fraud wo mu no e na obi chem say for instance say e bia me anya case na me se me ba loyalty ki ho amana hweme a aba the chambers it sa asem ba na ebusam so kwaba ne ho awon akọ ya na mekase mekotiki ho na tiki sita bo ama me ho a enti mi am kọ emi timi cheche se mekotiki ho e wo East Legon Chambers ana say ne site ne hu se eye no kra na se nya no kra mafo busa se akut fo kwa no muso mu nia hoden a omo de be tai sa eye contract echi eti omo kọ no he kwa no nkohu wo mo
Nina idea was here. I think say anything one of the newspapers now report to say or say government so be probe. But I was thinking said Nina no nanka hwehwemu but utia almost say nipa krona or signs are guarantee no na need to me so or adwuma ho de but no need to me so ye nti no kra ya suspending na yam tuaneka mo hwehwem ne ko ba ne sa. Two, part of the report na metie no so kire say sa adwuma sa de we no kra na nka ho hyehyeye ho and sa sika no na nya ade a mo kra ye prepared say on be guarantee. These are all issues. So o question no biem ne say ye ko fa free hen ye nya free hen
hwan ho na
o de ba ya ye de be kire
office be na no timu
these are things I also need na no ye hwehwem na ye hunu nti so utie rule for elector now choko ma MCC for na or say nima bi o ho PDS for no ye na or say unethical and unprofessional nti say unethical, is it just unethical and I say then the money unethical then the money unprofessional no these are all things I'm just say
a big deal like this na utimika say the ko be on ba kono say sign ko nya adwuma ho
and I say you na was sign say betimi ba say ubi betimi asan krata ofia but you the duly authorized person to sign
about when it comes
the proper person
when it comes to that Adekye eti e wo say wo hwemu hu say tike na ye ampaju money
exactly
UTV
exactly
utimi van go keke say minim tike UTV no
anti so so na chere say onu obi delay or say hu say tani pana or ye no is he the duly appointed or authorized person say or sign and when your agreement rotroba agreement kasi enye amfiamfiam now say no to da yesu no me once again me kasa say
fashim
Ghana obi tibi kotas as o obi gina kwan na no ho ba bia no wasan ye mfa sign no nye hwe but this it really matters it really does and no media me madwene say se sa na tie dia na kire se sa transfer no kra na ye transfer ma PDS no enye effective sa na ase kire o if you say yes fa bibi say bra sa de no eye material kire se it is how we go university na yes fa SSS results bra now ko no fa results bi aba university no be kan kire o say well results now they are being no ye be ko so ahwehwem ebra ya ma admission no matriculation ni na be ye be ma ba bi adane ade ba ye gusu hwehwem no se hunu se results no nye papa ye be you as I say in the first place now on qualify so ba so they are be ye kwa kodui se sa na tie de na say sa PDS deal no kra no na edimu
da bi
ye invalid
because ye chiba na tachi do kra no
void ab initio just say ye sha say no ye tin
right from the onset no
if you say niema bia na ehia eye material no ebi wo ho a no de oba wetimi abu ani aguso we die so wo ho a ubu ani guso a enye ye
to the extent say company dey cast omo kono mu ni sa ahoden no
ni nyina aka mu bi nti no
this is serious
sa that but me beti team bi e fe no Alkut FC
hey omega so mu ni mi yo that be ekonya bibia
go na be hye ne hia go never say to be here pa. All right, on pass over closed Nigerian border is also here as Guta rejects government. You becken kind or Hamati Saban for Bon Nigeria for Nigeria for no so
Guta for no bo fu say though ya to border nim. Whereas Nigeria for no 80 million ye eba. By the trucks ni bi ko around the Mexico coin.
I said the APR called the Muntumu, but the
that is the
UPI any problem. Now we will I don't have problem no. But I guess you bet me a resolve. Nigeria for us work almost so problem. One of them is that you say Nigeria for ya be so mudiamo. And to one prema mu bebre emma krom ho. And I say almost so nkrofo bi wo ho a. Omo je say omo asodin nti. Omo kofa rom da kofa Benin.
No de be rem.
Omo pie wram.
Say Nigeria on perfume rise o. Na no mo me ko Abuja na me ko mo perfume. Je perfume e ko yibra me no. Sa poti ne.
Say no mpeso mu di. Enti no eno na omo so se da bi omo besi sa kwan no. Apart from that omo se niema bi o ho a omo mpese be ba krom ho. So manfo fa na mofa so mo de ewuram na yo mo anka nkrofo no ka ho bi
oh yes
mo Nigeria for na
sabo beka we firi ntuma
sa enti no mo de kofa Benin ho say ho na hogo e say obobo na wanya defender
ase ho no nya se tudu ho nya
ya ho penalty afa ho ti mo hu say ho na ye ti ya no mo de afa ho no mo say atum
asemo
enti tax ni na ka ho including omo niema ye
nyina
ha enti no 19 ye complain no say sabi o untimi nkofa Bonia will be Bonia will today so they are fraying because it means it's not in keeping with ECOWAS protocols. Exactly. Yema kwema ubi amfa man ko baby ne ade no. Na say sa na be ye dia. And obi also be raise trade barriers. Afina na ya pre akon say ye pese ye ni na no. E ba na sa na sa continental African continental free trade
na fa so be no.
Ye kwa na say ye ba. So obi ate wa no asore.
And so launch big pan and say more.
Exactly. Enti no when me na ye niema wo say me gi say ade a wo say ye hwe
na gutafo no say yesu enko si in kwan no
this yensu yesi a na Togo so mo so asi Burkina Faso asi epokura besi na abeji kwan be fa so ko yinam enti no obi asisi a afi na de ye koro nyina no emfa so bia ama so ti gidi say ade a wo so ye hwe na ye ka sorry na aka the Ghana Union of Traders Association has rejected assurances from the government that relief is in the offing for Ghanaian traders stranded at the Nigerian border as if as any pa kora de a de ko ye na ade a pra ye mfa ne say ye kako
issue aba
momwan
eni be hu
there be na ye momwan mo
so na be ka no
so momwan na cha
mo na be bia na wuram ko say be si abon ho no
yakupon
yeah man is Ghana company be lose by $2 million
yeah
because the tracks no
it be more than that you see so me gidi say na de no akwa yenti
so ya for so mu dia no man fa wuram wo mo dress no omo combat e she wo mo no hwe obo mafia okra
na ba kono dia se ne ono so so no
slim no on kwa na
ya slim no de so jani but o jani
de fuka se bia
we di gunu so a o betu magina
so jani papa o mkeka boda no so for no so
all right go around the boss so that
I was to also the daily searchlight na ye dey to also any mo say the minute ki twan for yin dey amamo no bo say asoja fo mi no ejina ha o ma ye ready pass say wa o dey obi bi wura mu no o dey opa afabra na be prove die mu e dey amaw eno e na dwedefo ka mu ko a wo mo ewo o man Ghana mu eche mu say Ghana ban ensema wo no mo ka ne dey e ga don beji e dey atumu e say ewo so mo take action now see ya e man na otwi mienu mo tum bo ase don mo kasa mi one Nigeria fund do mo twi fam na e dey kwa mo se entu ebo ase nza enhye na mo e kan de nya de on beti ase ne ati ase ochina open Joseph Oben president e dey ema ekuo no e na wo dey sa ensemu e dey etu eye edwa anope satellite e dey ebi e dey aba
okay yanko page 7 because our story we by Nra na say na nsan there page 7 also speaker threatens to deny committee chairs travel opportunities if Speaker of Parliament has threatened to deny parliamentary committee members future travel opportunities for failure to present the House with reports on previous travel opportunities. Professor Mike Ironokwe stated that no committee has served the House with any report on conferences attended since the beginning of this year.
Pacho you. Me to also politics more e daily searchlight because I felt also and so we chat Prof Michael Quay Speaker of Parliament if only e dia beto ho and a speaker dwala wa hiti papa and a uchi mu SM oba aye mrahye a ye wo committees ahodo bebre e wo ho mu ta tu kwan ne ade mo ko na mo eba nanso no on hyeda ehun se omo ba omo de on dusem bia e de ba efishe ye hye e afiase e beti sabriwi committee bia ne wono mo tu kwan akwa ba mo de yan dusem na beto anim se speaker ye kwa ni se si etie ene wa chemu e de ache mo se mo ye ne saa na se manya report bia amfa mfiri mu wa ene akwantu 7 no nyina no wa hwe obi anko bibio e wo mrahye bidwafia ha speaker hiti papa na woche mu say yenya ne sa wotu kwan aba okọ ena kwansosem de kama na ode aba na bibia he kama na ode oba ho nka hwe na wasem akọ aba sa na speaker hu my fresh mabetena wonom speaker of parliament adwala se committee no se ma amfa mu se ma matu dwade a ena mu ntu kwan bio na e o ma hye bidwafie ho eno so no krata na ede ho sem dabati
kawra na apobuden ho asebe be kasa about occupational therapy no yes okay. Occupational therapy
okay
ye beka ho asem enne wodwumadi so if you say because there be World Occupational Day So we'll be talking about occupational therapy.
You might be out here piano.
So we
here
no. Esla Ousu denies witches story. The office of the member of parliament. Okay, the office no moment or no ankasa. The office of the member of parliament for Ablekuma West, Mrs. Esla Ousu Ekuful, has denied ever calling anybody a witch for claiming that Ghanaians are suffering under the Akufo-Addo government. The member of parliament never called anyone a witch for complaining. She merely touted the MPP government's achievements as remarkable and tangible, and asserted that only blind propagandists would feign ignorance of these visible achievements, which were obvious and had touched every home in this country. A statement from the office of the MP has said. This was in response to the false and misleading headline story originally published by My News Ghana, My News GH on 21st October 2019, and which has subsequently been republished by many other media houses, suggesting that the MP has called Ghanaians witches for complaining about the MPP government.
Politics, Katafo to is your daily searchlight and watches some show you any at the Emma de share one more Ablekuma West. You for Esla Ousu Ekufo. Na Enrada, so for Ebekaya, a crata would be required at the by Herald Moniada papers no now more age the Musa Auntie Esla Ousu. I go Fregan and Fubin Musa or more Aya before on the say call and a Jubuja. Nina and say Mammy na or can a year a by no and you maho do a woman a year who asem and which is away. Did you say beer? Why are you say when near fra said you? I won't know why you say what they may be a room tea. A propaganda none I do want you to know the echo Surinanum, or the womb. Oh, yes, I dear. Na chess I won't know a washer that. No one can say before. Ena uhu na se de ekoso uhu dia na usabiu e de sabi bu anfa sabi ama we ye before no ena my new GH for control asem no e wie eche na ne jai krata bebri fire ena mu use which e de ama eye anti eslo wusu nto che se ono no onka sa se we ye before no ma na ekoso na ka se what de enu no why say de uhu ye ne de ne propaganda bi na abeso we ye eti sa ena no so which story no or the e buy say enye sa ena we see e kan wo our daily searchlight e de aba ene
Young called the Chronicle. Minister Kojo Nsroma has assured the nation that the Akufo-Addo government will probe into the services rendered by PDS for the months that it had been in charge of the management of ECG. Okay, I know what's come. Now, though the time frame for the probe has not been given, per his words, this investigation is going to ascertain if there should be further punitive measures taken by the government to deal with those involved in the deal, as well as to rectify if the revenues collected by PDS over time is available and equivalent to what is on the record. NHIS to cover all breast cancer expenses, Speaker. Owing to the increasing number of women afflicted with breast cancer, the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Professor Mike Adekye, has directed the Health Ministry to ensure that a National Health Insurance Scheme caters for the cost of treatment of the disease. Currently, the scheme does not cover all the cost of treating the disease, which is claiming the lives of many women in the country.
All right. Yeah, me go. Joe. Ebusa Eshasia, Kratafa to me and Sassy Kinkai and Max Obria Bois at the by Ewa Sel Rokojo Ponkrumani, Reku Edu, and Sunday, Nidan a PDS and 7 and no and which him say I buy Esober here a PDS in 7 years a be a chamwa, that a jaw was so more enco de beat. I buy any the same. Mama Pebiara, and was I buy a piano and also by the star at the Abua. Katafet also a Minuso, just speaking for you at the Betua, and which was Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Professor Mike Aaron Okui. And so, Edia, so I see your more sharp from the same so enemy say. One more and share, say NHIS no, a bebwa na breast cancer, Ninano, a bit to me abo ebra, and into so one share Yaria who do be bree, na Yakan wants some health insurance and cover the or more fat breast cancer so enfa nka ho bi esan say eno so no edi eye ema no ewu eni go ase hwe ema no fo no esai ewu kroma ni ti no momoe na ema eno so no enya kama ewo ho ekuo bi so a ye from say concerned citizens of wasa fiase won frɛ eye aban say won nte eye aban ase share national cake na aban ekiche no like me I say aban no on kai wo mo na de ma ni twa mo nsu mu kwa ene sem so de woni ekire ho no ma oman yi ejapade ahodo bebre aye de ebo oman no ho ebra no emu wa mu gimu be aduoso de efiri eye wo mo ho je say bia oye nko a na so ade nti na wo mo ebresa enti wo se fiase for HSA empuntu enkoso amo madwalai pa aka e de a kire aban se ebe na nka se nie so wan keka ho na wan fo ani afa nkire afa amoa de a ene be akra no de wan ka so de be hu no wompe chance yetimi ntra wonom na eno ma hodo efiri yekuro mu enfa meboa oman no nyina ne yanka se efiri ye honom no ye de ebre da bi adenti na eye adehye enam fom na enko mom na tiapon so iti wasa fiase fo omo asema omo so eka ensusu enie
yentie the chronicle eka e editorial ne top ne caption was say sell ECG to Ghanaians through flotation of shares na oka asem na ba be wie no the oka eni o say the PDS saga has taught all of us a great lesson. We must therefore be careful with the selection of foreign partners to take over the ECG, which is one of the greatest assets of the nation. The money is here in Ghana.
That's right.
And we can easily raise it to solve the ECG problems and stop dancing to the tunes of the advanced countries which are trying to use loans and aids to decolonize Africa.
Wow.
Exactly my point.
Chronicle editorial no anopano tike bo boss wa na say na chronicle kra so edibi ediaba ana wo chem so PDS ensem ya ebae no amagana fo asua de pa eno na wo chem say ebia oman ewo ho na yekofa amanoni company bi say omra me hye onfa de bi me hye adwuma mu a e say careful pa ya me ni da honom say aboa wo chance one hwe ya e the pipe nso ebeda no Israel enhyire nso eno na wo chem say adwumakase say ECG na yekofa obi say onfa de bi me hye ma say hwe ni akro ni yie kan say ECG na ho enya adeketo a oman Japade kese ba ko a ekura ye pa no eno so enonom eno na wo chem say sika wo ho sika no wa ha yeti sika so e wa ha ya ditino say ehwe ni yie a yebetimi asolve sa problems we nya wa bra yenkoto yensa enfa mfre eya ma hodo so efo na ebewi ase no omonfa eye busia eni aid sem na ebewi ase na se biman da bia ne yagide akwa eye enkoso mu ye de etimi enne ho da na nso no yekroma ya no ye ka se ye release sika bia ye betima release why not because we are rich ye wono ma hodo a e wo se etimi nya na etimi sika etimi eba etide biom na da bia ebiman de ye be se yenko an ye kokogege da ase abra ye bia be da ase yo ne okwa no achema me ye we da masnya me adoma da ase a ebi nsa amra bio ya bre ene sa de no it's chronicle editorial powerful one and they buy.
Meanwhile, the front page of the Insight, I will say MPP bigwig slams government says failed PDS deal is a big disgrace to the party. A former NPP member of parliament for Boise East Edwadeni has said the botched PDS concession agreement is a big embarrassment to the government and especially the party which claims to have the men. According to him, the fallout from the negotiated agreement is such that it will be difficult for him or any party communicators and bigwigs to stick out their neck and defend it. The former MP who appears to be perplexed over government's handling of the controversial concession agreement with PDS told Accra-based AdMFM in an interview about the PDS fiasco. All right, okay, so that is the story, front page of the Insight. Back page now. Ghana Institute for Public Policy Options and Multimedia Group invites you to the 4th Kwadwo Ban Redu Memorial Lecture. Kwadwo Ban Redu, that's 17 American.
Yeah.
The theme is from macro to micro, translating good economic indicators into improvements in the people's well-being. Speaker, Professor Abena Odro, Department of Economics and Marian Institute for Advanced Studies in Africa, University of Ghana. Chairman, Dr. Grace Bediako, Chair, Ghana Statistical Service. Host, Dr. Charles Frekumbrobe. In attendance, Kwabrane.
There's a former finance minister, Papa, Kwadwo Ban Redu.
Nsheshe ya na fa kwan fa so to discuss. na samba ko kai ya me kai pa ne say
yeah
ye woni me bi Ghana ha ye betimi dia ye kwan
okay
be man ye cheaper especially akwan ye wo nkrase no
okay
he suggested say adwea ye boy
yeah
adwene hono no
yeah
itimi kura de frafra anwea ne kota ne de ye kwan e ma ni team kama
itimi ye
and they cheaper o say
itimi anye
say fufia ntoata
o tware abamo it's called idea ne ko dia maye
yes.
Front page, the insights, and I will try a former NPP MP or West East, for Edward in phoning Eddie Abatua, and I will change the PDS concession agreement. As you see, you tremor Gusua, Mubi Tremu, Yakari, Yamanesiano, a year and Guasiepa, Eddie Emma, a Amaiku NPP. Sans party, I'm more from say, your men, we have the men. Now, men, intimate, now what not Bukata way Aquasom, not a very simple as some boy doing your idea. Na eye enumguase e de ema eye amanku no pimpin what's the pain the insight
all right skorane Romeo abedie ma menchia me ankasa me ba me nua banti o me ba ya poku frema wo ya santua SHS is your birthday today ya opoku frema papa ye fe no CID opoku ono kwane CID ni odo opoku
sa do Ghana
o de se ono ne opoku no nye
ordinary opoku
no
oh okay that's right
o CID e wo Kumasi who also happens to be my brother ya opoku frema of Yasantua SHS is your birthday today. Enjoy your day. And then also Jeffrey Kwabna Kunedu Boateng, University of Ghana Medical School. It is your birthday today from your family and from your friends. And then Kingsley Ajinim Boateng Elias Swallow, Ethel Tigu Sunyane, is your birthday today. Munina Munkambo Muna Mundine Fefe na Enyede. Jeffrey Kwabna Kunedu Boateng of University of Ghana Medical School. And then Kingsley Ajinim Boateng Elias Swallow of Ethel Tigu Sunyane. And then Ya Opoku Frema of Yasantua SHS. So ni Yasantua.
Oh, we need more power, yes.
Swallow na ini.
Oh, swallow there.
Eh?
I don't know swallow.
Oh. As if fufu swallow.
Plus 2 fufu.
Yes, swallow. Baby,
swallow.
Kwabrane.
Yeah.
Oh, plus 2 na say wa ko ho.
Baby. Oh, mujina mo na so papa.
And so kwa unfre.
Cardia no. See anansi am nyan why busy. Me fufu betata
cha.
Me fufu betata o court so an we ya ba me contempt actually me.
Yes.
Si mama no pay ya channel pa.
Now we so kwa utena VIP ho.
Inside no.
You be promo.
Adam enquiring.
Utena public gallery ho. Utena VIP ho.
But now for me no di poko di for me be pie results eh and e brain. O kwa na be di for ni na are you what they said say.
There be so who am na imagine. We who at shock.
At shock. When you grade ni me who about shock. About penny.
Now you ba kra open you no ba. Be queen.
You wanna be queen?
I'm telling you.
Who that to shock?
Hey.
Who need to shock?
I
had a wife.
Was be at the depa also come me who does at the shock was yes. Anyway, me who roll me at the shock.
Really? Just the one worry.
Lawyer, so
what be a man for best start?
oh David, you came, say you
Kai you must start. Also one can say date na man. No must wa ma. O me ba no money girl original ho.
Hey,
where the no so do be in absentia.
Ah, we say be Robi wa.
Ka wa be kwa akoma no.
Ah, Robi wa buchi na.
O so mo be gine mu ayama no. Enti
no crash me who be that.
You almost date no there. Who be that be who be. So who be that who be who. Almost say check crowd be invitation on social media. To be all over the place.
But lawyer, you say and then no DD and then no China ya me adba. Very very huge we Ghana.
Mouse be 7 mo.
Be 7 mo mouse na mo yi ni free mu no.
Mouse be.
Mouse worker.
Mouse worker.
Presidency no.
Na obi anti say ofali.
You dey tie. If I want to want to be. Yeah the brewa. No what cheche
be anti. Ona go.
Lawyer how the ba. na se we nyo bia farmer na se mujina baby am
e na dige be ka che o se so bi hwe papa bi de krata akoma no ma hwe ne sa omu hu no
I say no they see Ghana Football Association believe ni police be say omo ko serve omo for an injunction omo ko na ya to gate no omo boma bi emi obi anso ni ho
na hwan na bebie
so
wan ka bebie obi kura timi dwane ni ato abodo na ya to abodo
in this case no me dey omo say de omo dia kwa na say dey
you see let me say this normally so wo bibi sa ya in law no bibi say you must act timeously
okay
obeye no nintem so entinka wonim se opese oye bibi saa no ebikwa no akọ court ntem na akọ akọji ukọ na akọ 7 na wanya na akọ court no se o ma onye substitute service na akọ last minute bi se da so akọ 7 na abekọ ha na akọ to no so because ansana what sadness be effective no there should be say there is service.
That's when you want to be found for court.
Was 7 per chrono. So I was 7 no.
But we do on us and send per chrono ni wa. Untimi fa mo bia o bia.
There be who cost 7. I was so cost 7 no. Who cost 7 on the person. Nemum say where nya na best record na court na ka say okay say unya na dia na. Obemmo mo 7 some other means a friend say substitute service no. E bia o be kwa tare ho. And so be publish newspaper mu. And some other place be a court no a bechere and the crowd yetimi kura survey by WhatsApp and Facebook this animal now.
But look at the time
now wa twema ade beche na also me kwa survey na me kura metra mo be 7 already yankopon
and in this case you know say bia and then election back
first of all the NTS say o be survey na say ade a wo survey on the person na also was 7 was any part of so untumi nye service bia other than so be 7 said the rules na tell wo ye na wa nya nipa kro na wo san ba court no be say court to say court no ma order ma kwan na onko 7 some other means tina be kan say wo pesa wo ye service bi sa na unim say time is of essence no wo ye ne ntem na wo tatra wa na wo say last minute na say be kra bete ho a madwe be me say obi nyame observe me akwa bi yesu odi boni also o to be free post for bi say obi am ye case ntia me go one say nim say
ejem he say last minute won't me fan court back
da ben na abenya court ben am na betena say am akwa yes application na oba be ye na
let's say GF election
na ya to abana kra
passo
na be na be hu nda koma no
o na say lawyer nchijimi and no dey
so o dey koma no dia
time ben
na obenya
time ben na o dey man no time enti minim se bi nso na ye mo de be ko ho a mo be ko na be ko no ya
be hunu ni asem
na say yati eno oba yam bi opunu na ene so me bi amumie
I can't papa bia na party bi omo ye meeting na omo mpeso oba obi go omo so oba be ha adwe ti omo chere do be kro omo ye meeting so that meeting omo ye no some other place ti o tin says that meeting ya anye no ho e de ko be fufuro no oduro no ma ye meeting kra yi nti when na yenso ya che
election heavy.
Well, I wouldn't know what's going to happen now. Meaning the
decision and Ghana Football Association presidency elections there and Esco Funo.
And maybe and that they be o 7.
Where? But no the name
be 7 but
oh yeah, say gate down. And a security man so and then you be security man be say only wine open wine obey day.
Yeah.
And this only to say bia if record your best serve or okay twen me ba. So ko gi permission and no be bio. E di no corner so maya. So that's you know.
Interesting.
Well, wouldn't be interesting so what's now that? Okay. Before we meeting ko ba ku interest was wow. What now that? Interested how na me yeah.
When you interested.
When you interested. This what now when you interested there this watching pa.
O China for me because you could use once ma ko kire o mo so mun ti use ansem. So do you know Jesus Christ really? I don't know him but so just sample ba me twa bia ma.
I be try to correct is all right. So Romeo let it roll. But before then, and right to say, man, me, I'm sure Liverpool match.
Liverpool, super.
That's 4-1, right?
4-1.
Yeah, Bogum.
Place in England.
I'm told Sir Chamberlain that share too. Some of how much American stories in Anzana.
Champion player. And also do geography.
He's back.
And you're Mo Salah. And you're Sadio Mane.
They will not ask for Sadio Mane, you know, that guy.
Lawyers Sadio Mane.
And the Firmino. Sami and Sano. And they say, I'm probably in Sampo.
I defend and home
Van Dijk. Oh, God.
And Liverpool was a delight to watch.
You know.
Yeah.
But go for some try Biazo.
I'm going to try side day.
I'm going to believe.
Obi o never buy and try o. When the name why upon now coffee. We will try there, baby. What try say best or no. Anyway, so Romeo.
La me da sien to so and an opinion passport no Emma Ghana facility can call my this way chocolate drink or do here no any won so share sounds no special ice and special drinks in na wo mo ebo chidom din near the sports no ato so and no pay the Emma Ghana for the edikano yen kopie mu ewo the upcoming Ghana Football Association or more elections nyame aduma ene and executive council elections no baso Ghana Football Association na eno de na utimi say ano ehye empenfo esuma wo so mo fan Johnson komo mo na so mo du ho no na utimi say atupununim wo mo bo punumu boy obi amie na eno na Frank Nixon wo no pache say Ghana Football Association elections baso no yes etimi eyi obi a efin bia eni no ho obi entimi emfa ne nsa entrentene so nka say we corrupt and also we say kwan bia so yehwem na enyi leader papa se na be a obetimi aboa ama Ghana football and so afano to mapa Ifra.
From my position, I want to say me a former ESCO member, and most of the people contesting are my colleagues in ESCO. Ket, very good candidate. Pama, very good candidate. George Free, very good candidate. Nana Amponsa, a very young, dynamic candidate. I believe that Obien Hudianese or Ghana football. Enye nipa bako na ekoso issue no e Ghana football. All of us were involved because nina at the time nina na Congress nina na vote. So Obiani issue na but me sure say you can integrity. Said nipa no must be a person of integrity. Integrity depends on how you define integrity. But I believe they say the people who are contesting, I believe all of them has what it takes because some of them has been in the system for some time. Ghana football. Some of them has been in management level. Some new entrants are equally there. Nipati said Nanaya Amponsa, a new entrant, young boy, dynamic. Mefilise also, he has what it takes equally to be able to. He's well schooled in terms of football. He's been running his football club too as a second division and a first division club, and then football management. So also he knows his whereabouts in terms of football. So I don't think that it would be wrong for somebody to say that we're just picking anybody to run. The person must be somebody who is ready to sacrifice. So Betimi Abu Ghana football, look from coast level to every department of women football, the person who has what it takes to be able to think about the movement and the welfare of all our players and make sure that the club football, the FA is run with integrity, cleanliness, and make sure that at the end of the day, we'll have a very good election. But I'm sure that all the candidates, they are very good, but it depends on what comes out of it. But at the end of the day, Nyamine Sihine.
When is Frank Nelson, one Eddie Etuja, a former ESCO member of the Ghana Football Association, Nature Wakasa, a Quimbia, so they say to me leader, one ebetimi Abuama Ghana Football, a fan and Tomapa Efra, and that's why Ejina Ghana Football Association elections no. Na Enra said they did kind Eddie Etuja no, believe any policeman, one more Eco PMO, our Ghana Football Association headquarters, one more Eco 7 Junction, and so Ejina, aha, or no, and the will teach you videos or Bob. So bia if you know na reporter urban HS will do hono obia yira so bia any Ghana Football Association abontin ho obia she inside obia nso nya na dwene se wo be pie na baba beje junction letter bia de akọ enti na kire se Johnson ntimi amaso akwan bia so no elections no baso ene wachina ene executive council elections no eno baso na mom watching nyame aduma eno a big day Emma Ghana football eno a presidency elections no enipa mi ensia eno mu nyina ejina se entom so aba Fred Papo ono a former vice president of the Ghana Football Association ono ejina mo dindindin Nanaya Amponsa owner and bank ruler of Far Rangers ono ejina mo dindindin Amanda Clinton enso ejina mo ono ye obaba kope wabeda emema nyina entem ket okreku enso Dreams FC owner ono ejina mutindende George lawyer George Ankuma enso ejana so ono so baby na George Efie ono Efie Liberty Professionals and wo hwa se de be betime ato aba no de ama ba konti bako na nyame eyadma oba be Ghana Football Association president wochina na sa elections no baswa UTV Sports ye de update ni nyina ebema Ghana for enti monshano so election de kwan bia so no ade a bas efise enne enra yante injunction bia na nkomo eko 7 and 20 me amba so enti enne no omo ebesa trase bia omo ebeshi obi e de sa injunction no e de amana de bepin bia no UTV Sports ye de update no ebema wo my Ghana for nyina no hu de edi akotene ewo mu ye dani na yenkopie mu ewo January esia de former player omo Urandin Ade Thiago Mota wono